said, our next contest is a non-title tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mixed tag team event for the evening is about to get underway. On his way to the ring, the current World of Hurt United States Champion, the Austrian powerhouse, the mighty Fronz Roddy, along with his manager and uber mouthpiece, Mr. Mann. These two for some time have run down our current World of Hurt Tag Team Champions, the brother-sister duo of Redneck Randy and Brandi Walker. Mr. Mann letting his mouth get ahead of him as these two attempt, in a non-title match of course, to take down Brandi and Redneck Randy Walker. Mr. Mann looking striking in his ring attire tonight. The red and black is a huge contrast to the orange feather boa and power bar. There you see him, the mighty Fronz Roddy. This Whitehall crowd really detests Mr. Mann's existence on this planet. Wonder what tricks he has up his sleeve tonight in order to pull out the big win against the brother-sister duo of Brandi and Randy Walker. Yes, not only can they power lift and run their mouth, but they can synchronize dance as well. Mr. Mann soaking up the adulation of these Whitehall fans. And the crowd begins to stir as here they come, the current World of Hurt Tag Team Champions, the brother-sister duo, Brandi and Randy Walker, with their wheelbarrow. And we can only guess that in that wheelbarrow is the coveted World of Hurt Tag Team Championships. Randy really giving this crowd what they deserve and what they love, and that's redneck showmanship, with the General Lee painted proudly on the wheelbarrow as they walk it around. Redneck Randy and Brandi Walker donning their John Deere and cowgirl hats, and there they are, the heavyweight tag team titles, proudly held by Redneck Brandi and Randy the Walker family. Mr. Mann may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew tonight. Brandi Walker, a coveted pig power lifter. She is able to lift 4 pigs at one time. Her brother tape recorded it, but unfortunately he forgot that audio cassettes don't record video. So Redneck Brandi and Randy Walker really hyping up the crowd tonight. Mr. Mann asserting himself in his corner as the Austrian powerhouse removes his United States champion. Fronz Roddy has been complaining that he's had no real singles competitors, that no one can outstand, outlast, outlift, and outperform the mighty Fronz Roddy as he uses his flexor to show off his bulging biceps. But Randy Walker himself has been doing some 12-ounce curls today, and he is ready for this match. Referee trying to maintain some order, making sure that flexor doesn't get used. A couple of victories of Fronz Roddy's have been questionable at best. Randy Walker looks loosened up, his sister cheering him on. Mr. Mann cheering on his prodigy. Randy Walker looks like trying to show some showmanship and some sportsmanship. Fronz Roddy isn't having that. And we can almost see why. Someone get him some Purell as he tags in Mr. Mann, who does not seem happy at all, because if Mr. Mann is tagged in, you can only assume Redneck Randy is going to tag his little sister, Brandi, in. The crowd wants it. And tag. Mr. Mann letting his mouth write some checks. Let's see if his skills can cash them. Oh, here we go. Looks like the lockup is about to take place. Mr. Mann, giving himself a break from the action. Hasn't even begun and he already seems like he's sweating out there. Oh, you can't pull one over on the Walkers. There are no timeouts in pro wrestling. Would someone please let Mr. Mann know the rules? And tag. Fronz Roddy is in. And Brandi tagging Randy. And here we go. The Walkers switching spots. Fronz Roddy and Redneck Randy. It looks like they're finally ready to go. And Fronz Roddy not into the hygiene of Redneck Randy. You have to remember he's a mountain. Oh, and from behind. Goes to show you the kind of person that the Austrian powerhouse is, attacking a man when he's not even looking. Oh, stomp to the spine. Elbow. Stiff right at the base of the neck. That can cause some major damage and actually throw off the equilibrium of Redneck Randy. Stiff shoulder. Another shoulder. And a third one to boot. And Fronz Roddy showing his physique and exercising his skills. Referee, turn around. Mr. Mann is blatantly cheating, but the referee doesn't see it. He can't call a disqualification. Brandi trying to show him, hey, I have the tag rope. Why don't you turn around? And Fronz acting like he's achieved something. Another stiff elbow in the back of the neck. Oh, firing up. Redneck Randy. Oh, Fronz Roddy cutting him down to size. Oh, knee to the ribs. Randy might be outpowered in this one. And a clothesline, knocking the wind right out of him. Fronz going for the count. 1. Oh, and a kick out at 1. You can't keep a good redneck down. Fronz Roddy, oh yeah, taunting this Whitehall crowd. And a punch right to the jaw. It's another stiff punch. Oh, Redneck Randy trying to tag his little sister. He's inches away, and Fronz picking him up with ease. Almost taunting him. Oh, atomic drop. That'll put a man down fast. Referee blatantly noticing the choke. Starting the count on Fronz Roddy. Oh, Mr. Mann getting in some chokes of his own. It's the only way that Mr. Mann can get any kind of advantages, these cheap shots tonight. Fronz taunting Brandi Walker. It's almost as though he thinks this is a call-in. Look at the strength of Fronz Roddy. Nothing is taking away from this man's athleticism. Fronz Roddy, an accomplished champion, a 2-time United States champion at WOHW. And as you can see, the biceps that he works on, as well as that of the traps, amazing physical conditioning, but he doesn't need to resort to working with Mr. Mann, but it's almost like peanut butter and jelly, these two. And a tag. This is almost like picking the bones here. Mr. Mann laughing. Little gimmick infringement, if you will. Oh, a roll up. 1, 2, Fronz breaking it up. That was almost the upset of the night. Mr. Mann would have lost to Redneck Randy Walker. Wouldn't have been able to live it down. Oh, tag to Fronz Roddy. Redneck trying. Oh, and an elbow stops that attempt. Fronz Roddy muscling Redneck back into the center of the ring. Brandi trying to get her brother to show a little bit of life, but not much left. Fronz throwing him into the corner. Here we go. Oh! Redneck dodging that one. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Redneck teeing off. Fronz Roddy muscling that out. Just, oh! Could we have 1, 2? Kick out by Fronz Roddy. Fronz Roddy sizing him up. Oh! Redneck Randy Walker showing his strength. And do we have the Redneck airplane spin? Both of these men are dazed and confused. Oh! Double noggin knockers. Both of these men are down. Brandi trying to get Randy, and Mr. Mann hoping that his coveted champion will get to his feet so maybe he can pick the bones once more. Both men trying to find their respective corners, but dazed and confused from both the airplane spin and the head knocker. Randy seems to have found his bearings. Could he be tagging in Brandi Walker? And, oh, tag referee acknowledges the tag. Mr. Mann, oh, coming in the hard way. Brandi has been listening to him run his mouth. And now, Brandi, oh, knee to the chest, knocking the wind out of Mr. Mann. Oh, pulling up the britches. We can only mean one thing for him. Oh, big splash. Mr. Mann might as well be out on his feet. The crowd calling for one more. That's right. Brandi setting him up. Forearms, knocking Mr. Mann out. She throws Mr. Mann out, but she's not knowing that the legal man is Fronz Roddy. 2, 3, and Fronz Roddy pulls out the upset of the night, beating the Walker family. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Fronz Roddy was able to pull himself together, recognized that the legal man was actually a woman, and look at Mr. Mann, as though he's achieved something, mooching off of the victory of the mighty Fronz Roddy. And let's hear the official word from Brian Cady. There you have it. Fronz Roddy and Mr. Mann pulling out a victory tonight, albeit under scrupulous terms. There you have it, folks. Mr. Mann and Fronz Roddy, the winners.